first meeting for today. We're gonna discuss something for Surifesta. We're at a local television station. Can't tell you too much. I don't know if you have clearance to talk about what we're doing. Yeah. Clearance. Everything is about clearance.
No, what we're gonna talk about now? How did the meeting go?
The meeting was good.
I couldn't film inside.
Yeah, we couldn't film inside, which is good because you should always have some kind of, there should be a surprise element into, especially if you cannot film a meeting and like the deal doesn't go through. Like that's just weird.
True.
Yeah, but so what we were kind of discussing or starting upon right before you turned on the camera was YouTube in general. But I do think it's interesting because I've been doing a little research yesterday about demonetization.
Yeah.
And there was like this big fuss that came about because Casey Neistat was like one of his videos was kind of demonetized. And if you're a little bit familiar with like the YouTube monetization system, it's like when your video is available for monetization, you have like this green circle with a $sign within it. And when you don't have monetization, it's like gray, and there's like some kind of like saying like, nah, you cannot monetize this video because it was copyright. There's music in there that
or
there are issues
about
or something about it.
Or
okay.
Whatever.
So, but now there's also kind of this like orange. I think it's like an orange circle with the $sign in it, which basically says YouTube tells you like, okay, this video is monetized, but for a certain group because there are restrictions to why it's monetized, because certain companies will not advertise on this because there's hate speech or negative or something like that. Okay. So basically I've got that one for just one of my videos has like the orange yellow kind of thing is saying like, sorry, but this is not being fully monetized because of it. So I just have like one out of my last 50 videos that has that. But then Casey got that for one of his videos, which was actually for a good cause. In the description he says, listen, all the ad revenue that comes on this video will directly be donated. And for whatever reason, YouTube decided to kind of sort of demonetize it, and it got into a frenzy. DeFranco said something about it. Casey said something about it. It went on internet, Twitter kind of went on Twitter. YouTube kind of politely replied to everything. But the story about it is basically like, wait a minute, but Jimmy Kimmel had like yes, had like this
the
exactly
same thing.
Yeah, so the words that were used to say to Casey like, you're not sorry, but you're not allowed to monetize this completely, those rules probably didn't apply to Jimmy Kimmel, because Jimmy Kimmel had like this clickbait title with every word in it that shouldn't be allowed according to YouTube standards, and there still was advertising on that video. So that's basically like really this mind-blowing thing. I'm gonna put in a couple of links below to the Casey Neistat story behind it and the DeFranco story behind it, because it's this really interesting thing. And then I also want to put in like Lily Singh's kind of topic, because Lily Singh also made a video about YouTubers in 2017, and she also touches upon like YouTube constantly is kind of switching it up. And then all of a sudden you should put videos with a length of at least 7 minutes, but then like 2 months later it's like, nah, you should put videos in which are shorter than 4 minutes. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, you have to be big to be trending, and then all of a sudden they say like, okay, new creators get the advantage and new creators are being pushed, and then like your AdSense revenue, your YouTube revenue like goes completely up down, and you don't have a clear base like to what's going on, which Casey really describes it in a great way. Casey basically says like, you have to see it like this: you're working for a company, for a boss, and all of a sudden your salary drops, and when you ask your boss what's going on, your boss doesn't properly reply, and you're like all confused, but you still work from 8 to 4 every day, and you also upload all the videos, but all of a sudden your salary just drops and you don't get any explanation from your boss why that's going on. So that's really like one of the issues that creators on YouTube really struggle with. I struggle with it less because the rules say I cannot fully disclose how much I make, but I struggle with it less because I'm a really small YouTuber. I don't make that kind of money, so for me it's not that important. I don't fully live from YouTube, so it's completely different for me. But I can imagine, like, if you get a steady income from YouTube and all of a sudden it decreases by 50%,
Yeah.
without an explanation and without them telling you what's going on, I mean, that could be heartbreaking, man. I mean, this is the biggest advantage of YouTube above other social media platforms, is that they really are catered towards creators. But on the other side, like, we don't really have a lot to say, man.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's really this
But, like,
win or lose.
I mean, I could understand why YouTube, why this happens, because you can't have people checking out the videos because there are so many videos out there. They are constantly being uploaded.
Yeah.
It's impossible for people, like actual people, to review a video and then be like, this one's not worthy of monetization. So I guess they have like an algorithm or whatever that checks it out most of the time. And
Yeah, but it's not an objective algorithm.
exactly. But an algorithm doesn't have a soul. It's not a person. It can't think like
No,
a
no, no, no.
person.
But it's the way it's programmed. I mean, and there's also, I mean, there are rumors about how the Google search system works, and that it's not completely only code. That it's kind of influenced from outside as well. And I think it could be the same with YouTube. I mean, DeFranco also mentions, like, one of the videos, like, certain comedians go on trending like all the time, even if their video isn't as strong as other videos.
Yeah.
They kind of got pushed. And then the really interesting part about why this was such a big issue is because Casey is kind of one of the faces of YouTube. So
Yeah.
if it happens to him, imagine, like, everybody's like, oh god, if it happens to him, then I'm screwed. So that's one of the things that really people were like, oh my god, how are we going to deal with this? Oh, that's why it's taking such a long time.
What happened? Oh, is there a collision or
Yeah, there's a
something?
collision.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. YouTube needs to get their shit together or something.
Yeah, no, but see, and that's the other thing. Like, when you're a certain size as a social media,
It gets hard.
It gets hard because the community completely relies on you. The
That's
community,
true.
like, and it's not like, okay, I can go to another. And it's not like I can go say, like, okay, I'm going to Vimeo. I'm gonna post my shit there from there on.
No, that doesn't work like
There
that.
there is another way though. There are some interesting new websites that I'm not fully going to talk about and promote and endorse because I'm still figuring them out. But you can actually make money from content as well, other ways. But we were talking about this full-on collision. Like, this is like a really freak accident. Like,
Is this 3 cars?
I don't know, but like full frontal. I don't completely understand how they did that.
No, whatever. Shit happens.
I have to watch out because a biker's trying to hit me as well. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's the YouTube story.
that is the YouTube story.
And we're still stuck in traffic. And there's another meeting that we have to attend to, like right now.
Yeah, like right now. Also, we heard this phrase today, and I lost my shit a little bit. What was it? Some people don't want to use YouTube because we make them rich. What?
Well, yeah, in a certain way, it kind of makes sense. But then again, who's the biggest loser? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
like, if your marketing system and your sales system works without social media,
Then sure, go ahead, right?
go ahead. I mean, like, sure, I know it's okay. But let's be honest. Oh, I know how the full-on collisions go. Now I understand. So, so if you know, kind of like, if you don't need social media to sell, I mean, okay, good for you. But like most of us, depending on our target audience, of course.
Yeah.
Like, see,
Oh.
that's how it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are also like going like, what's going on there? Well, that's what's going on there.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Like, there is a saying: if you can drive in Paris, you can drive anywhere in the world. And there's also a saying: if you can drive in Paramaribo, you can drive anywhere in the world.
I don't think driving here is that bad.
No?
Nah. Like, I've driven in Europe, like in Holland, and in what was it? What was Duitsland? How do you say Duitsland?
Germany.
And in Germany. And maybe it's because I had to get used to it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because it was hard. Okay. Yeah, never mind.
No, but like it's in Europe and like in America, you have the
Structure.
there you have the freeway. You can just drive straight. But here, like, there's a crossing, which is used by maybe 60%, and then 40% of people just cross the street
They
randomly.
just do what they want.
And then you have the cabs and the buses. Those are really the kind of.
Yep. The buses, I swear to God, they really just they rule the streets. That's what's going on. They just do what they want, think they're better than us.
And they're bigger.
And they're bigger.
So like, it's
So
like
they're playing a game of chicken.
Yeah, they're
with
playing
us.
a game of chicken. And you don't want to play a game of chicken with a bus.
Exactly.
You know? There's no win.